Tonight, we are reviewing the boring Renault Clio Cup.
It's not boring.
Yes, it is. The childish Citroen DS3 Racing and the excellent Fiat 500 Abarth.
Yes, now so far we've found out what they're like in town, we found out what they're like at being hatchbacks, but now it's time to find out what they're like when you put your foot down.
Yeah, the producers told us to leave our overnight halt here in the foothills of the Italian Alps and drive to Monaco down here.
Right, at last. A chance to drive this little thing. Steering just feels fabulous. Oh, a little crackle and bang on the overrun. Oh, yes! This thing grips! The grip is helped, I don't doubt, by it being short and fat. So it's four square on the road. Oh, I don't think I'd change anything about this.
In a straight line, this is by far the fastest of the three. 0 to 60, 6.5 seconds. The funny thing is, though, even though it's called the Racing, and it was designed by Citroen's motorsport division, it doesn't actually feel like a racing car or a rally car. It feels soft, it feels very Citroen-y, quiet. And then there's the steering. There's no feel to it at all. You sort of have to guess how much lock to put in for each corner. Is it this much? No more.
Here's a fact. Hammond has a 1.4-litre turbocharged engine. Jeremy has a 1.6-litre turbocharged engine. I have 2 litres, no turbocharger. And that's important because there's no lag. There you go, through the bend, there's the power.
Trouble was, though, it wasn't actually getting me anywhere.
God, Hammond's little boot thing takes off like a rocket. Ah, he's getting away.
The problem with that Renault is, brilliant though the suspension is and so on, it weighs more than the QE2, and you can really see that coming out of the corners. It just doesn't get going.
Oh, that could have something to do with its driver.
Interesting old bell tower over there.
Eventually, we reached the Riviera.
There's the Mediterranean, glistening blue, which is amazing considering how many turds there are in it.
As we approached Monte Carlo, I heard a familiar sound.
Chaps, I think the Grand Prix's on. Oh my God. I think down there...
Which Grand Prix? Have either of you two ever watched the Monaco Grand Prix?
I think I watched it in the early 80s.
That's the one in the town, right?
Never has anyone had to work with such imbeciles.
In the hills above Monaco, we were told to pull over for a challenge.
Love that sound. Tomorrow, you will do 3 laps of the Monaco Grand Prix track. Whoever posts the fastest time wins.
The Monaco Grand Prix track.
I'm going to drive around that. Oh, my hair is... Seriously, my hair... That is just the boyhood dream.
But hang on, if we've got to do hot laps of that puts you at a bit of an advantage, let's be honest.
Well, not really. I've never actually driven round it when it's a racetrack. I mean, I don't know how... Well, I don't know the fastest line through Rascasse.
Well, I know what Rascasse is.
I don't know where it goes. You know how difficult I find it remembering a track? Am I going to get a go-round? Can I look at a picture of it?
I don't know.
Exactly, and all I'll be doing, I'll be driving around a foreign town.
When the Grand Prix practice was over, we went in search of some F1 drivers so we could get some tips. And immediately, I found David Coulthard.
And the key here is speed up the hill, not speed into Saint-Devote. Concentrate on really getting that car turned early on the power, because what you gain here, if you got on the power 2-3 metres early, you'll add 5 kilometres an hour to your top speed as you
There is
go.
actually a noticeable crest there.
Yeah, absolutely. You'll see just as you're coming over the crest, you won't see. So you've got a lot of grippy tarmac there.
On the apex.
On the apex.
Meanwhile, down in the harbour, my colleagues had been rather distracted by all the parties.
Thank you, gentlemen. Hey!
Oh. Look confident, look like you do this all the time.
grab that woman with the things on sticks.
What?
Where would you try in a road car to go by?
A good run through the tunnel and then
The left,
on the
right?
brakes. So over the crest and then just have a bit of a... As soon as you see his brake lights come on, count. And then boom, you're in.
And then go on the left. You stay left.
We're doing a bit of driving around the track, you know, analysing some of the corners.
So if you live in Monaco, do you drive around like where the track is?
All the time.
Good. What hints have you got for me? I've got to drive around it tomorrow.
And use the curbs at 4 and 5, it gives more grip.
4 and 5.
Yeah.
And this, Rascas, I can take quite a lot of entry speed into that and then use the front-wheel drive to just wash it off.
Well, it's very much a party sort of place. It has very elegant properties. It's like Monaco in many ways, actually. Have you ever been to Hammersmith?
At the end of the evening, we met up to compare notes.
Have you found anything about the track out?
Yes,
Oh,
I
yeah, it's
have.
just over there, and there's all these boats, and it's really busy. I mean,
Have you talked to a single racing driver?
Yes, we have.
Yes,
Who?
yes.
He
Very,
has.
very nice man called Tim O'Glock. Irish man.
Timo Glock.
Tim O'Glock, yes.